Hi y'all, welcome to Donna's Farmhouse Kitchen. Well, today I'm making you something that just looks wonderful. It is a pumpkin gingerbread truffle. And this is something that I want to take over to my neighbor's house, so I'm hoping they really come out good. I am making a double batch because I want to have plenty. I think they should be called pumpkin ginger snap truffles because they have ginger snaps in them. And I have crushed them. And you're gonna need 20 cookies to get 1 cup of crushed ginger snaps. So I just put them in a Ziploc and I use my mallet, crushed them with my mallet. I ended up using both sides by the time I was finished. Started off with this side and ended up with this side to get them nice and crushed for these wonderful truffles. So let's get started. And what you're gonna need is 2 bars of the dark 85% cocoa bars, and then 2 of the dark 70 cocoa bars. So get 2 of each. I got these at Aldi's. So we're gonna go ahead and get these opened up. Now these come in little bars. I thought it was 1 big bar, okay? So that means I'm gonna have to take all of these apart, but that's okay. I'm gonna make it a little easier to crush. I'm just gonna crush them right in the package and then empty it. Works for me. I like this. Let's see. And if you want to, you can take your knife and do it. I don't know if I like that way, actually. It's cutting the paper. No, so I'll do that. I'll show you that. So keep crushing them until you get all of the bars crushed from both kinds of chocolate. You want all of the chocolate crushed. So I'm on the last one. Each of these packages is 4.4 ounces. I tell you one thing, it makes a much neater way to break up the chocolate. I cannot wait to try these. Now I'm gonna take a spoon and kind of mix up the chocolates because I'm about to put a cup of them in a pot. So just spoon out a cup. Because we're gonna melt this. Okay, so that's a nice heaping cup. So I don't want to burn my chocolate, so I have the heat on low. So we're gonna start stirring, and it's already melting. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's already melting because I had preheated it. So it shouldn't take long at all, especially since they're in small pieces. That makes it a lot faster. It's almost there. Now I have a large bowl. I'm gonna start adding things to. I think I'm gonna keep this warm for a minute. So I have some Libby's Pure Pumpkin, and I'm going to spoon out 2/3 of a cup. It calls for 1/3 of a cup, but I'm doing 2/3. So like I said, I'm doubling this recipe. Just like I doubled the ginger snaps, because if you just do a single recipe, it's only gonna take 10. When this recipe goes up on the website, it will be for a single recipe, not a double. Let's go ahead and put the melted chocolate in here. that melted beautifully. Then I'm going to add those crushed ginger snaps. And then 6 ounces of cream cheese that has been softened. And yes, my hands are clean. Only about 100 times. Then we're going to put in a teaspoon of finely shredded orange peel. Not zest, peel. So I'm going to show you how I did that in just a second. For those who may not realize that there is a difference, there really is. I have an orange here. And you just want to very carefully start pulling that up. Usually I get more than that. Let's see. You just work your way until you get just the peel like that, and not the pith, because you don't want the pith. And then finally chop it. And so that's how you get the orange peel. And it smells wonderful, and it's going to be wonderful in these truffles. Then we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and then a pinch of salt, because salt is going to enhance this. So now you're going to start mixing it together. Get that cream cheese all mashed up. Get this pot out of the way. We're going to put this in the fridge in a few minutes, and then we're going to bring it back out and make the balls. So we want to make sure that that cream cheese is well combined. Okay, I think I can use my spatula now. A spoon is much better to start off with, and then work it in. I tried to start off with a spatula, but that wasn't going to work. I love the consistency of the graham crackers in there, because it gives it a little bit of a texture. This would be a fun one to do with the kids, because they love rolling up anything. So this would be great. I would get some gloves. I have mine over here waiting on me. Okay, we're getting there. That's why you want to make sure that your cream cheese is good and softened. And you can always do it in the microwave as well. Put it on a microwavable safe plate and do it in about, maybe 15-second increments until it gets soft. I think it took me the other day about a minute, but I wanted to keep flipping it over and stuff like that. Okay, I think it's mixed. I think it's pretty mixed. So I'm going to put it in a nice ball here. Then I will come back and we will start making these wonderful truffles. Okay, so I'm back. And it's been a few hours since I put it in the refrigerator because I've been busy trying to do so many things. These are going to be a nice size truffle. I'm using the little scoop. It's probably like a 1.5 inch, something like that. And I'm just going to roll them. I'm going to put them on top of this parchment paper. And then I'm going to freeze them for like 15 minutes. For this, you really want to have gloves on. It makes it much cleaner. So basically we're just gonna keep scooping and rolling. So, like I said, we're gonna freeze them, and then after we freeze them for 15 minutes, then we're gonna dip them. So this is a little bit of a process. So with them being that size, that particular size scoop, now you could use a little bit smaller scoop if you wanted to. So I got 27 little truffles, but you could make them a little smaller if you wanted to and get a few more truffles. So it's really up to you. That's what I had, was that particular scoop. So that's what I used. And so I'm okay with the size. And then we're gonna put them in the freezer right now for 15 minutes and let them get nice and chilled. And then we're gonna dip them in some chocolate and sprinkle a little bit of prettiness on them. A few little cute little, let me show you what I'm gonna do. I'm going to put on these cute little gold sprinkles. I thought that'd be really pretty against that chocolate. And then I also crushed some more ginger snaps. And so on some of them, I just crushed them a little bit, or I didn't finely crush them. I just crushed them to little pieces, little tiny pieces. And so they'll show up a little bit, so and not be so sandy looking. They didn't want that look. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop these in the freezer, and then I'll come back and we will dip them. So while the truffles are in the freezer, we're gonna go ahead and take the rest of the chocolate and put it in a pot over low heat. One thing about these chocolates, they start melting really quickly. So that's what's going on here. It's already starting to melt. I had it on for just maybe a couple minutes, so it doesn't take very long, especially in these particular pots. They're really good about that. I'm gonna take the crushed ginger snaps and we are going to just sprinkle them. I have a little spoon. I'll just sprinkle them on top of a few of them, and then do the gold little sparkles. And then I may do some cocoa. I'm gonna put some cocoa in here and just tap it on. That's the easiest way to do that. So just keep stirring your chocolate until it's completely melted. So the melted chocolate is ready. It's kind of hard to see, maybe you can see it, but I'm gonna lower it down into the chocolate and just spoon the chocolate over it. And bring it back up. Trying to get the excess off. I have a toothpick. We're just gonna put them in here and really quickly I'm gonna try the, before it completely dries. See, that's the only thing. It's gonna completely dry on me really quickly. It's a really quick drying. I'm gonna kind of press them down. It's a quick drying chocolate, so that's a good thing in most cases. But if I don't do, I may not do the graham crackers. I don't think that's going to work too well because it is drying so quickly. So yeah, we'll just do the other sprinkles. I think they'll work better. Okay. Trying to make sure I get it on all of, try not to tap so much. Making sure that I get it all over the truffle. And then we'll do a little sprinkle, which will be really, really pretty. You can see that. I may try the let me see here. I may try the ginger snaps again. I can time it right. And I'm tapping it on my hand because it's not as harsh as if you're tapping the fork. But I'm getting myself all chocolate up. Let me see if I can get some of these on here real quick. As I'm running my mouth, letting it get dry. And have a clean paper towel close by so you can clean your fork every now and again. Well, I'm going to continue dipping these, and then I will show you what they look like when I'm finished. This is what the majority of them look like. Here's some more here. But they're kind of cute, you know. I mean, you put a little, especially when you put a little chocolate on them. I'm trying to get them off the paper. Look at that one. Just a sprinkle of cocoa powder. And yeah, they're cute. Get a nice little crunch with that one. And then I don't want to, my chocolate's coming off a little bit. And then the gold ones. So they're really cute. So I'm going to put these in the fridge. Once I get them all in here, I'm waiting for them to completely dry over here. And then I'm going to put them in here and put them in the fridge and let them stay there until I am ready to serve them. So I hope that you will try these wonderful truffles and enjoy them with your friends and your family. Thank you again for joining me, and y'all have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.